guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you saw in the title, I'm going to talk about being made redundant, looking for work, and what you're doing in between all of that goodness, yeah. What to do in between all of that. I'm really excited to talk about this video. So if you have been made redundant before, or if you have been in a position where you have been on the job hunt, then this might be an interesting one to watch, so keep watching. So a few months ago I was in hospital. I'm going to put the link below on that video where I talked about that, my hospital experience and what I went through and all of that goodness. So I was in hospital, and before I went into hospital I was working. I had a good job. I really enjoyed what I was doing. I was working in the office. I was working in recruitment, and I absolutely loved it, because I love the idea of helping people out and looking for jobs and all of that stuff. So I was working. It was really great. I just started out, and I love the team. Like, I love my hours. I was obviously, because on the side I'm in the process of building my own brand, building my own business, which I've been doing for a while now, and working on the side has always been something that I've always done. So the hours were great. It really allowed me to be flexible, have my freedom that I wanted, and boom, there it came. I went into hospital, and I remember when it first happened, I wasn't really thinking about work anyway, because I was just thinking about my health. But I think I just automatically thought I'm going to lose my job. But I was messaging my boss at the time, obviously updating them what's going on, and they were like, yeah, don't worry, obviously, because I said something, and it was, oh, I didn't think I was going to come back to a job, basically. And then they're like, like, it doesn't happen like that, obviously, we're not going to do that to you. But anyway, I'm trying not to be so detailed about this, but it's just coming out of me. But anyway, cut that long story short, I lost my job. So one day, obviously I came out of the hospital, I was recovering, and so I thought, okay, let me give work a try, let me see how I'm gonna get on, because I'm in the office, I'm not really doing too much. And I thought, it was a good team, good manager, so they'll be a bit understanding. I can't really be running around doing much because I'm still recovering, but I'm hardworking, I'm really dedicated, and when I put my heart into something, I'm all about excellent, and I'm all about, just pushing and doing your best, really. So I thought, I'm going to push myself, I'm going to go back into work. So one morning I text my boss, and I was like, hey, I'm going to come back into work on Monday. I'm ready to work and all of that goodness. I got the most discouraging response, I got the most unexpected response, which was basically, there's no more room for you here, I'm gonna have to let you go. And I just thought to myself, at that time I was already feeling down and discouraged, because I'm struggling with the thought of being sick. I'm struggling with not being able to work, because I like working. And now I'm like, I don't have a job anymore. Like, what the heck am I gonna do? Like, I'm just gonna be sitting on this bed, looking at the window, looking at the walls. It's so discouraging. And I felt so discouraged, and I was so mad, and I was so angry, because I thought to myself, this is just another blow to my face. Like, this is just another punch, as if things just couldn't get any worse. So that went past. I put that on the side. I actually cried. And I think it's just because I felt overwhelmed. Like, when, I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone, but like, when you feel like, it's not even that you want to cry or anything, not that you ever want to cry when you cry, but like, I don't know, when you feel overwhelmed and you just cry. So I just remember, like, I was telling my mum and dad and what happened, how it happened, and I was just crying. I was just like, "Do you know what, I can't even deal with this. Like, this is just another thing. I need to be making my money, you know. I need to be making that coin, and I can't. I hate being in bed." And once you start thinking about one negative thing, another negative thing comes, another negative thing comes, and you just open the door to negativity to just invade your mind. And literally that's what happened. And then I just gave up, and I just cried, and I cried for like 2 minutes or something, and then I was fine. I had amazing encouraging words from my parents, and they were really supportive, you know, and I was fine. And it wasn't so much that I was worried about not having money, because I knew that I had my business on the side, and I knew that that's something that I could always, that could, you know, support me, I can stand on. But I think it was because my heart was in it. I was enjoying it, you know. I saw it to be a long-term thing, and I've never been made redundant before, and it's just like, excuse me, like, you're trying to let me go after everything that I do? I don't know, I just think it was like just the whole experience. Like, I've never been made redundant before, like, I've never been let go from work before, so it was a bit of like a blow. It was a bit of like a shock. But you know, obviously, and working in that that kind of sector, I saw so many people that came into the office, old, young, and I was hearing it so much, like, people would just be made redundant like so much. Now I'm just like, wow, like, you can really lose your job just like that. like it was so foreign to me. And so when it happened to me, I was just like, when I was calling like different like agencies for work and stuff, or different recruiters, they were like, okay, so you're not working at the moment, like, what happened? And I was like, let go, and like, I didn't know how to say it, and they're like, you was made redundant. And I was just like, is that what it is? Like, I was made redundant, like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I guess so. Like, I was made redundant. But anyway, so moving from that, so that's the redundant side. I got made redundant, I lost my job, and I wasn't working probably for like 3 months. When that happened, I just kind of left it for a little bit, because I was like, you know what, let me focus on actually just recovering. Let me just take a back seat, relax, let it go, and just focus, you know. But what I really wanted to focus on as well is, what do you do like in between that time? Because I feel like finding a job is actually a struggle, and I never really got affected by it the way that I did this time, like before, like even. And so looking for a job, or that stress of like looking for a job or looking for a career, has never really been like a struggle for me. And so, but this time when I lost my job, I think because it was something that I actually saw myself in enjoying and actually putting my work in, I think it hit me. And then when it came to the time where I had to look for work, I was so stressed out, because I was just looking everywhere, and it seems like there is so many work, like, jobs out there, which there are, but to actually get a job, like, that process is so long. And I realized the significance of it, like, in our lives. Like, I remember talking to one of my friends, and they were looking for work, and I was working at the time, and they were just like so down and like so sad all the time, like doing nothing, like always at home. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, and I never really understood it. And then when it was my turn, when I didn't have work, you know, I felt like I was well enough to work, and it was just literally like, yo, like, I'm putting my CVs out there, I'm contacting people, I'm applying for jobs. I applied for 10 jobs, I have not even had one reply. How can they not even reply me and say you haven't got the job? Some people actually have the audacity not to respond. Like, I spent my time applying to your position that you put out there, and you can't even respond to say that you don't have the job. And all of that was stress. And I remember thinking to myself, it's more than looking for a job. Like, it can actually put people in like a depressing state, and I don't know what it is about it, but all I know is that it is such a stressful time. And I just had to find work, like ways to like cope with those things, because I feel like sometimes for people who do look for work and they don't find work, it can be a giving up point for you, if you get what I mean. Like, you can actually like give up and you can be like, God, you know what, I'm just gonna be a bum and I'm just going to like, I don't know, I'm going to go like the easier way. I'm just going to like sell myself to get a little bit of money. And I hear a lot of stories about this, and I'm the kind of person, like, I wouldn't say I'm gullible, but when I hear certain stories, I'm just like, really? Like, people actually do that? Like, I hear stories of like how girls sell themselves in unis, or how they are actual pimps, and like that's how girls, like, you know, always looking good all the time, like with their weaves and always having like the latest makeup, or always like looking good all the time, like that girls actually do that. Girls actually like sell themselves, or like have pimps, or like have boyfriends who can just buy them whatever they want. Or, you know, guys actually, like, in this day and age, like, it actually goes on, like, you know, go out and sell drugs and do deals and all of that stuff. And it's like, sometimes there are obviously other reasons to why people do those things, but I feel like if I was looking for a job and it just never happened, I feel like if I'm trying to put myself in like someone else's mind, that's something that's possible. Like, at that moment when I'm giving up trying to find work, I can actually just be like, oh, do you know what, bun this is long, I can't even be bothered, I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to find me my sugar daddy. Like, I'm just going to find I was gonna find me somebody who's gonna take care of and I don't know, some way that door might open and I might never have to think about looking for work. But is that really the way forward? No, it's not. Let's be real with ourselves. It's not the way forward. And there are so many things that you can do, like in between that time where you've probably put out 30 applications, or whatever, how many applications you've put out, and you're not receiving any response. Working in recruitment, I know that when your CV is online, recruiters are always going to come after you, because working in recruitment, being a recruitment consultant, that's your job, that's how you get paid. You put people in positions, you put people into work. So regardless, I believe that it's always going to happen to you. Like, you would have people calling you, and I know people, like, start talking to some of my friends, they were just like, oh, you recruitment people, blah, blah, blah. But honestly speaking, like, not all recruitment agencies are dodgy. Like, there are actually work out there. But in between that, there are things that you can do. Like, personally for me, there are so many things that I love to do. Like, okay, I'm gonna make it personal right now. For me, like, doing YouTube is something that I love to do. It's something that I see myself, I want to take it far, I want to take it further, I want to push it. It's so much bigger than what I'm doing now, like, at the moment. There are so many other talents, there were so many, like, even like with my business, it's not like where I wanted to be at the moment. It's so much bigger than what I'm doing, how I see it. Why are you doing what you're doing? Like, the job that you're going out to get, why are you going to get that job? Like, when you're in your 20s or even 18, I think, like, even like younger, I get inspired by like people that are like small, and they are literally like building things that have so much impact, and that's like life changing, or that can change the world. But for me, it's like, if you're going to look for a job, like, what's the reason for you to look for that job? Do you get what I mean? Like, somehow, somewhere, it needs to align to what your purpose is in life. Like, it needs to align to like what you see yourself doing in the future, because that's what's going to keep you like on the right path. Like, that's what's going to keep motivating you to, like, to the point where it's like, if you don't have that job yet, and if you're still waiting for a job, you're not going to completely go a different route, because you know that, hold on, I'm going to stay on that route because this is the reason why I want to get in my foot into industry, or that's the reason why I want to get my foot into that sector, or that's the reason why I want to work with that particular company or work in that kind of area. Do you get what I'm saying? And so things that I was doing, you know, was personal development, because I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I'm looking for work. Whilst I'm looking for work, what are the things that I can do to better myself? And that's what it's all about. Like, working is not just about making money. I realized that working is a lot more than that. I grew so much in the small time that I was at work. Like, I was learning so much about myself. What I always do is, like, every single work or job that I do, I try to like take something out of that I can imply like in my career life, or like in my career vision, or what I see myself doing like in the future. And ultimately it's about self-development. It's about building your skills. It's about growing like as a person. Work life is so much more than just making money. I just think that making money, that's just like the reward of it, or like the benefit of it, but there is like so much more about it. And I feel like that's probably why like you can actually get depressed from like looking for work, or you don't have work, because it's so much more than just like going out just to make, you know, that little coin, or like just to make that money. So after I was made redundant, I was looking for work. It took me probably like 3 months to like find anything. I finally got a job, and I'm so excited and I'm happy. I feel like I want to talk about that maybe in my next video or in another video, but quickly let me just like introduce that. So I got a new job, and the amazing thing about it is that it's something that I actually want to do. Like, it's something that I'm actually passionate about. Like, it's something that I actually see like in my career path. It's actually something that I see like in my future. And I feel like it's not because I went out searching for that opportunity, because let me tell you, there is something that is called doors opening for you. Like, when you focus on making yourself better, like when you focus on striving, pushing yourself, excellence, when you focus on self-development, when you focus on the future and how you can prepare yourself for that, doors will begin to open for you. Even with money, I'm the kind of person that thinks money comes and go. Don't hold on to money like with your whole life. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's your like, it's your life control or something. Like, it's your life support or something. Like, if that gets cut off, like you're like, it's over. Like, it's over for you. Like, I've always believed like money comes and go, like material things come and go. At the end of the day, like, if I have £1,000 a day and there are things that I need to give that £1,000 to, I'm not going to be like, no, like, I need that £1,000. Like, I'm going to make sure that I have that £1,000 for as long as I can. Listen, you can give that £1,000 away today, and tomorrow you can have double of that. Tomorrow you can have that £1,000 show up. Like, someone could just bless you just like that. Like, life works in mysterious ways. Like I said in one of my videos, we don't have as much control to life as we think we do. The purpose of me doing this video is, what do you do like in between that? Do you get what I mean? Like, after you've been made redundant, you're sad about it, you're depressed about it, you'll cry about it. Yes, I done all of that stuff. Then I got up from it, put that aside, and I was just like, exhale, breathe out. Right, how am I going to do that? Boom, get your pen and paper out, start writing the things that you want to do, start writing your to-do list, start writing your dreams, start writing your vision, and then start working towards it. Before you know it, a door is going to open for you. Somebody's going to call you for a job that you probably didn't even apply for. That's how it can happen. Like, it's not actually that deep. Like, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, life is not that deep. like things happen to us and it seems so intense, and it seems like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to die, like if I don't find a job I'm actually going to die. And I have been in those situations where I've just been like, if this does not get sorted out, I'm going to die. Like if this does not like remove itself from my life, like I don't think I'm gonna survive. But you know what, like things will actually work out. Like in that last minute things will work out, and if you don't have a job today, then tomorrow you will have a job, because you won't ever be jobless for the rest of your life. And if you're ever jobless for the rest of your life, then that's only based on decisions that you've made. Do you get what I'm saying? Because sometimes a job will come your way and it might not be what you want to do, and it might not be the salary that you want. But you know what, sometimes it's not all about the money, and because you miss out on that opportunity, another opportunity won't come to you for another 2-3 years. So sometimes we have to just like look beyond that. We have to look at the future. We have to look like beyond and see like as far as we can see, because as far as you can see, like that is as far as you can go, and you will go. So basically I just wanted to encourage anyone that's ever been in a position where they don't have a job, like they're looking for work and it's just such a stressful time, because I know that like finance and money and job, like it can be really hard, like really deep. And I remember saying to my sister, like looking for a job, it is so long, all my days. And I was just like, I can't do it anymore, and I just stopped and I just focused on me. Like I just focused on, okay, do you know what are the things that I can do, because I have skills and I have talents and I have hands that are very skilled, and I can do things. I'm going to utilize them. And then boom, that door opened and now I'm working. And do I have to worry about it again? No. And if that happened to me again, that I needed to find a job, can I survive? Yes. Will I survive? Yes. Can I still make that coin? Yes. So be encouraged, guys. Like if you're in a place where you're looking for work, or you've been made redundant, like shake it off, shrug it off, wipe it off, get that off, get rid of that bad energy. Just clear your mind. Think about your worth. Think about how much are you worth. Okay, so that's the end of my video. I know it's a little bit long, but I really actually felt like I wanted to talk about this because it happened to me, and I always like to share about experiences that I go through. And I thought, you know, actually this might help someone, or someone might have gone through this. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a good day, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And comment, message me or whatever. Hopefully there's more things that I can share with you guys. It's going to be fun and interesting. So keep connected and see you in my next video. Bye.